right, hello, welcome back to the Guitar Bay. I'm Takis.
I'm Danny. What we're drinking today, mate?
Today we are drinking, one sec, I always want to do that, it's become an obsessive thing. Yes, just to switch off the amp and remove the hiss. Today we are drinking...
Quick Fix.
Quick Fix, that's right.
Which is?
Cheers everyone, cheers man. Which is, I'll explain in a moment.
Like sangria.
Mm.
Rum, Coke and red wine. That'll give you a quick fix for sure.
I'm chewing the ice cubes because it's quite hot in here and the ice cubes melted. It is ice, 3 ounces Coke or cola of your choice, 3 ounces red wine and 1 ounce rum, that's right. And it goes down really easily. And
better than expected.
Yeah, might creep up on you. And I have to say before we start, I'm really amazed by the sound of the Laney, my TF400 hybrid Laney, which has, you know, been on the show for quite some time. I have the bright switch engaged and the Royal Blue Overdrive, of course. And I'm playing my first ever electric guitar, my Korean early 90s Squier Super Strat. And this DiMarzio Evolution bridge pickup is really chunky and has an amazing, I mean...
It was fat.
It's quite
thick, isn't it? Love it.
It's really good.
I don't have my Jackson with me today. It makes me miss it. Love the Super Strat setup.
We have a Super Strat in the room, and of course I had some flashback, TC electronic flashback to engage. This is pseudo, tape echo type thing. Yes.
You've got a guitar, have you, for me?
Yeah, you know, because I've seen you've been eyeing the case there, and there is a guitar, yes, for you. It's my turn to present something.
What is it? How much was it? And where's it from? Sounds like a dating show.
As in which part of the world?
Where you come from and... What's your name? Where you come from?
You mean what part of the world it came from?
Yes.
From Asia, of course. From one particular country that we've been talking about a lot lately. And you recently had a guitar on the show, like a traditional type of guitar, made in Asia, and it's a particular breed or batch, let's say.
Okay.
And I would say this is its cousin. I found its cousin.
So it's, what have I had? The Squier?
The Squier, as in which, we had only one Squier.
The Korean Squier, the black one?
Korean Squier, the Strat, yes.
Beautifully made guitar.
On the show, yes. I would say this is affiliated.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, all right. They didn't, I don't know what models they made of the Korean Squiers, whether they made other, but it could be another Strat or a Telecaster. Could it be?
I don't know. I think at
How
this
much
point
you pay for it?
I paid for it 230 euros. It was on Reverb. I'm sorry for that. It was on Reverb for 300, and I made an offer for 230 and was accepted immediately. Let me check. No cable mishaps here. Oh, see, my cable is jammed in my pedal board, so I'm grabbing the case. And there you go, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So as I was saying, I made an offer for 230.
Okay,
and was accepted immediately.
Maple neck.
Yeah, when you haven't guessed anything so far, yeah. So maybe it's time. Maybe it's time for you to guess.
I think if it's a cousin of the Strat, it's a Tele.
That's right.
And it's looking promising. Oh, lovely color. What is that? Like a? Oh yeah, that's sexy.
Isn't that the Alpine? Isn't that the Alpine white, but with a black pickguard? I would say.
What's this?
Or
There's
is it
no
more
holes.
Creamy thing? There are no holes. This is not a traditional string-through body.
So it's a top loader.
It's a top loader, which is it seems to be a reason for conflict in the Telecaster community. I think a top loader Telecaster is snappy and aggressive, and something, you know, it's always nicer to have both options, to have a string-through body and then a top loader bridge if you want to do that instead. With this guitar you have no option, it's only top loader, of course.
It's nice. It's got those That reminds me of the Strat, those tuners.
That is true.
These Trapezoid style ones, they weren't the best.
Both in terms of looks or tuning stability, not the best.
And a bit of a pain to change. Nice neck though, which is common with these guitars.
That was the thing with the Strat, yeah? We really like the neck. And I think if you find an agreeable neck, the rest is manageable. You can change most parts, pickups included, which is where the sound comes from, mostly.
It's got a bit of love. It's had a couple of dings and dongs.
It's quite an old one. It's a 1994 made in Korea Squier Telecaster. And I think the one you had was also early 90s. I think someone on the show commented, and thank you for doing that this is a particular batch of Korean-made Squiers. Either the Court Factory
or Samick.
Or Samick. Or there's one name that I keep forgetting of a Korean gentleman who was the master builder and responsible for these batches of early 90s, maybe late 80s as well, Squiers.
But they are always rising in value for sure, and rightly so, because they are nicely made. Maybe they lack in the electronics department, but...
Well, I paid $230 for this one. What can you get for $230 today in terms of Squier? You can get the Affinity for $180, $190, maybe $200. How much is it?
You wouldn't get a classic vibe.
The classic vibe is about $340, $360, up to $360.
And they've got the gloss necks, which isn't the...
That's the problem with the classic vibes, yeah. This is a good neck, and it's by far better than the Affinity neck, I would say. Chunkier than my Player Series Telecaster. We can compare the pickups, maybe see how they stack up against the Player Series pickups, which are amazing, I have to say. I keep going back to them. And everyone seems to be praising them. Even more expensive sets of pickups don't do as well as the Player Series, the Mexican standard these days. Yeah, slightly taller frets, as you would expect from a traditional Telecaster. Slightly chunkier neck. It is a 12-inch radius, not 9.5, which is
pretty flat. Yeah,
it's quite flat.
It doesn't look that round, to be honest. I'm not a fan of the hugely rounded necks, the 7.5s or 9.5s.
It's a 7.25, yeah, 7.25. Yeah. That's the John Mayer.
Yeah, I'm not too
very
much
traditional
into that round
fretboard radius. And yes, that's the instrument, sir. Well done for guessing what it is.
Let's plug it in and see
let's
how
do some. Yeah, let's plug it in from the Laney as always, and then play a bit, compare with the telly, and have a jam in the end.
Sounds good.
Let's do that.
Right, let's see how this thing sounds with the Laney. This is my pedal board. I've already taken a video of it.
Did you? Was it you actually? All right, fair enough. So yeah, this is the Squier Telecaster in the Laney LC50 with an SM57 in front as always, and dry as possible. Yeah, that's it. Let's go.
We'll do the Fat Sugar, get some reverb on it, see how it sounds. That's some neck.
I almost destroyed the background there, sorry. Well, right off the bat, I would say, knowing how my Telecaster sounds with this amplifier, it's not as bright, this one.
Absolutely not.
The top end is not there, or the top end that I'm used to playing my Telecaster. But it's nice and fat and warm.
It's quite bassy, isn't it? That's why I did the Like sort of razor-like test, you know?
Uh-huh.
To get that, I've been listening to razor-like
Okay,
recently.
you would expect it to be more spiky, especially,
Yeah.
given that there's no pedal to compress anything. It's just the guitar in the amp, just very clean, which sometimes it's too spiky and too in your face to play
True,
for
true.
a loud, high headroom amp like this one. But yeah, as you see, we have the blues driver there ready. We have the LY pedals, this King of Clone that Danny got recently. But I think we're just going to use the blues driver, which is a kind of overdrive sound that everyone knows as a basic beef for this Telecaster to see how it responds. Even the memory man is off. Just a bit of reverb from the Fat Sugar, the T-Rex new purchase.
Nice
from
reverb.
Danny recently. It's really nice. I have to say it's better than the other one he had, the Triverb Baby Boom, whatever it is. But it's a different price point too.
Yeah,
so
try some indie licks with the blues driver. See.
Your bridge now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Still, something is missing. I mean, I know how my Telecaster sounds.
True. I think we'll notice a big difference when we do. I'll quickly go through like the middle position and
but
then.
the pickups are pickups. How is the playing? So neck.
Feels pretty good actually.
how?
Yeah, it's you can feel that it's flatter than a traditional, but yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
Pickups.
I think we'll notice a big difference.
You're talking about the tone now,
Yeah.
yeah? What about your playing experience? Feel,
But it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know.
frets, neck.
Yeah, it feels nice. It's a nice. I love the dark tone of the neck. Sometimes it's deceiving when the guitar looks friggin' awesome, and
If it looks better, it plays better.
Yeah.
It sounds better. We know that.
I mean it feels good. It's the typical neck. I've had comfier necks. I've had better fretwork. It's not bad though. It's not bad. But give me your please. Let's give it a quick and see if we hear any difference. I'll just quickly run through some more sort of indie licks and blues driver, same settings.
Yeah, same setting as it was the blues driver, just different guitar. Just a telly with different pickups. And a different telly, of course. It might seem more slinky to you. I think this one has 10 gauge strings on. This one has 9s. I always put 9s on my Telecaster, but I've been thinking about changing.
But there's so much more bitiness,
the tone,
Telecasterness.
it's more open. There's something at the upper mid, or just generally the top end there, breathes a bit more.
And this guitar also has beautiful mid position, you know.
Snap.
It's just. Just different level, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
It's not fair. We're not comparing the, equal things, obviously. And let's not overdo it with my telly now, which we know. Let's still concentrate on this baby here. Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the hybrid Laney, and that's no pedal engaged. Actually, I'm gonna switch off the flashback too. So that's just the guitar in the amp with a bit of reverb. That's bridge, yes.
And it's not that bitey, is it?
It's not that bitey, no.
It's got more body than this one for
sure.
It's
a bit more muddy.
I mean, sometimes for solos, I find this is actually too spiky, that the sustain is not completely there. My opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also 9s. You can beef up Telecasters and make them sound less like banjos with pedals, and by increasing the string gauge, of course. Yeah, that's not spiky enough
for a bridge.
For a bridge
pickup for a Telecaster. That's
quite mild.
Not.
And you hear that even better when you turn to mid position. It doesn't have this glassy, what's the word? This
middle
jingly,
position.
Yeah, it's the word we use for Vox amps too. Chime. It's not the chimey thing that you would expect from a mid position Telecaster. Neck now.
It's a bit dull, isn't it?
It's a bit dull.
It's a bit.
Reminds me the Harley Benton neck.
Yeah.
Pickup. The Harley Benton had an awesome bridge pickup.
It did. It really did.
Both spiky and chunky, but the neck was equally dull, I would say. Some Royal Blue Overdrive, and back to the bridge. That pedal does everything, doesn't it? there is something missing. There is a
Totally.
top end thing missing. I knew that because I played with the guitar before I revealed it to you today, and knowing a Telecaster and what a Telecaster sounds like, I missed that. But I have to say that I'm really happy with the neck. The frets are a bit tall, but that's how Telecasters are. It's chunky. It's super smooth in the back, like mine, more or less.
It's even more matte than yours. Yours has some kind of stain or lacquer, of a very thin lacquer.
But you have to keep in mind that this has been around.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
This came out of the factory 1.5 years ago. This
You got a beautiful neck on this. Like
30. That's a 30-year-old guitar. Okay, I think it did even better with the Laney, with the LC50. We're using both Laneys today, with a full valve amp.
who knows how it would sound if you stuck some pickups like this in it, or you know, pimped it and.
It would sound like those pickups. And if you're happy with the playability, then I mean the nut is perfectly cut, I would say. There's no buzzing, or not more buzzing than any you know, high-end Telecaster or traditional Fender guitar, where the harder you pick, the more likely you are to experience some buzzing, but nothing that would be considered unacceptable. I fully agree with you that the keys are atrocious and that they should be changed.
But it's not hitting that Telecaster spot for me. That
sound-wise.
Yeah, like the Harley Benton did and what this does. But shall we have a jam? And
I think that's the only thing that's left.
Yeah. 6
saddles, 6 barrels, also good for better intonation, I would say.
There's not much to it, is there? You know, top loader, 3 pickup selector.
Basic Telecaster, yeah.
That's it.
$230 I paid for it. I think it's worth it. I think I would rather have this than the Affinity.
Yeah, it feels like a solid guitar.
Yes. You're just not happy with the pickups, and neither am I have to say. But yeah, you know. Okay, let's jam. Shall we go again?
So, no, it's good.
It was really good.
It's really good.
Alrighty then. Yeah, so this is what this guitar can do with this equipment and with these players, more importantly. Yeah, I think I'm going to put it back on the market for the same price. I haven't done anything to it. It was in perfect condition. I didn't even change the strings.
It's got a bit of, like I said, a couple of dings and dongs.
But yeah, that's what makes a guitar even sexier, I would say. There's nothing that would affect quality or playability or...
Yeah, you can see that it's been, it's a polyurethane finish. So you can see the primer underneath and stuff. So it's not going to fade. Even though your Squier, your Super Strat is somehow relict, it's obviously been played a shitload for that amount of... To wear through a polyurethane finish.
Yes.
This bulletproof, this stuff, like...
I would, again, I'm going to say the same thing. I would rather get this than the Affinity. I would take this, yank out the pickups, put some Tex-Mex, or maybe even splash out and get the Texas Special Custom, which is like a 140. I don't know if it's worth it, actually. Maybe just the Tex-Mex is enough, which is pretty close to this one. Yeah,
you're going to end up, but when you put 200, let's say 230 into it, you pay that, you probably put that into it again, you'd be as well get a Player series or something,
Yeah, that's 230. The pickups would be another 70, 300 for a very decent Telecaster.
But it's a sexy looking thing. It's really nice, really, really nice.
And again, I would say that this neck is better than the Affinity series. Just better quality.
Yeah, and the 12-inch radius for me as a flat radius player, that's why I have my Jackson, is for the compound radius, so that
Jackson's like 12 to 16 or something. It's really flat.
So you can do the chords at the top and the solos at the bottom.
Jackson is the Adrian Smith signature, right?
Yeah, it's my baby.
Good stuff.
But yeah, we'll get this on the market, and we'll put the link down below.
All right, so we're at the end of the show. And this is the part where we review our favorite album. Just say, basically, not review anything. We'll just say what our favorite album is. Today, it's a Q episode. That's why Quick Fix. And we have to say now, our favorite albums begin with Q. Who goes first?
I'll go. It's not easy to find one with Q, is it?
Yeah, that's true. Not many things.
So I found one. I had to search for it. It wasn't one of them that just popped up. Queen Rocks.
By Queen.
By Queen.
Of course.
Yeah. It's a pretty much remastered album from the late 90s, where they've got some of their old hits.
Is it like a best of type thing?
Yeah,
or
compilation of their best hits. Like it doesn't have Bohemian Rhapsody on it, but it's got, We Will Rock You, Tie Your Mother Down, and which is actually a great guitar.
It's funny how this is your second choice of a song. Like Queen, We Will Rock You, Tie Your Mother Down, the best known songs by Queen. Would I find all the Queen songs that I know and love, like Bohemian Rhapsody and Fat Bottom Girls and...
No, they're not all on there.
Okay,
I think it's more the rocky sort of stuff. It's got One Vision, which is a sick guitar tone song.
Yes.
It's like that... that I think it's chorus he's playing, or Brian May, and that's actually one guitar, to go off topic, that I would love to get on the show, is the Harley Benton Brian May guitar.
That's a very good choice, actually.
Try and get close to his tone, because he has a phenomenal tone.
Tube screamer, very narrow, very nasally.
Yeah, chorus.
Especially for chorus, especially for solos. I think it's the kind of tone that you wouldn't like in isolation, but would be amazing in a mix.
Yeah.
That's the Brian May signature tone. Okay, Queen. Other songs? So We Will Rock You, One Vision, Tie Your Mother Down. So the rocky stuff by Queen.
Yeah, the rocky stuff by Queen, yeah.
Flash? No.
But I can't remember, mate.
You
really put me under the bus here.
It's difficult. It's difficult because it's Q. It's difficult to find one.
Yeah.
Mine, if it's my turn to speak now, is the self-titled and debut album by Queens of the Stone Age. So again, Queen. Not many options.
Is it actually?
Queens of the Stone Age. Regular John, Mexicola, If Only. Great songs, and I'm a massive Kyuss fan. So when Queens of the Stone Age came out, it was like, it's the bloke from from Caius, Josh Homme, this dude. And then Queens of the Stone Age grew to become something, commercially speaking at least, much bigger than Caius ever. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the record sales that Queens of the Stone Age have achieved, Caius haven't. And they've toured more, and they've been around for much longer, of course. Caius was a few years band that, like a firework.
They've had some interesting tones in the past as well, using bedroom amps and old transistor PVs, and that's something really sick.
His guitar tone, this sludgy guitar tone, especially for
scoopy
rhythm
kind
stuff.
of, yeah.
I like it. I think it fits quite well with this desert stone rock that especially Caius were doing, and then later on Queens of the Stone Age. A bit more, Queens of the Stone Age are like a more polished version of Caius in a way. But the singing is immaculate in both bands. And
awesome front man, underrated. And he seems like a bit of a hard man, does he?
He's massive too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like 2 meters high.
Bit of a unit.
That's right. Okay, that was a good one. Thank you for watching. That was the Squier Telecaster from Korea in early 90s made. And I hope someone will give it a good home.
Yeah, what's your favourite album beginning with Q? Stick your comment in the bottom comment section to let us know,
What he said. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Cheerio.